Absorption in small intestine. So now all the components of foods are digested. So carbohydrate is digested into glucose, protein is converted into or digested into small form, simpler form, that is amino acid, and fat is digested into or converted into simpler form, that is fatty acids and glycerol. So absorption in small intestine is what the digested food pass into the blood vessel in the wall of intestine. This process is called absorption. So here in absorption, what will happen? The digested food pass into blood vessel. So from intestine, the passing of digested food from intestine wall to blood vessel is called absorption. Next, the inner, how it is absorbing? The inner walls of small intestine have thousands of finger-like grooves. Like this, finger-like grooves are there. That is singular villus. The villi or villus, the villi increase the surface area for absorption. This increase the surface area. Here area is increased, and for absorption of digested food, each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. Here thin and small blood vessels are present in the villi. Sorry, each villus, and these are attached to the surface. The surface of villi absorbs the digested food materials. Here in the surface, the digested food are absorbed by these blood vessels and it will go inside the blood. Next, it will absorption is what? From going food passing from wall of intestine to blood. Next, it will go from blood to different parts of body. Blood is moving or blood is circulating to the all the parts of the body. So with this blood, food will also, the food simpler components of food also pass to the different parts of the body. So the absorbed substances of food are transported via blood vessel to different organs of the body where they are used to build complex substances required by the body. So what will happen? The same thing I told, the transported by the blood to the different organs of the body, and there again they build the complex substances, means amino acid is again converted into protein for use. So this is called assimilation. So our absorption is one type, and assimilation. So absorption is what? Blood vessels or blood is taking food from intestine, the simpler food parts, that is absorption. Then this food in blood vessels are transported to the different organs of the body via blood vessels, that is called assimilation. So these are absorption and assimilation, which helps to passing of food to different parts of the body, and we get the food after digestion. Next, what will happen in the cells? Each and our body is made of small cells. We have already studied about cells. So I have given you small idea about cell. What is there? Cell membranes inside nucleus is also present. So cell needs energy to work. So what will happen in the cells? Glucose is broken down, or glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water and energy is released. So with the help of oxygen, glucose is broken down into energy. Glucose is broken down, we get water and energy, and carbon dioxide is also released. Next, the food that remains undigested and unabsorbed that enters into large intestine. So the small intestine is connected to large intestine. Here large intestine inside small intestine are there, that is connected to large intestine. So that which food is not digested or not absorbed that enter to the large intestine. So large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. That small intestine was 7.5 meter in length, but large intestine 1.5 meter. Its function is, what is the function or work? To absorb water and some salts from the undigested food material. So whatever water and some salts we needed, that one is absorbed from the undigested food material in the large intestine. The remaining waste passes into rectum. So end is where your rectum is there. So this one is rectum. So end waste will, whatever waste will come, that will passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. What is now semi-solid feces? The stool is known as feces, semi-solid feces, and this fecal matter is removed through anus. Anus is there, the last part of the digestive system, from where the fecal matter or waste product, or in Odia what you are telling, molo, that will go out through the anus from time to time. So when you are feeling the when you are feeling to come take out the fecal matter, you have to, that time fecal matter is removed through the anus. So this removal of fecal matter from anus is known as ejection. So removal of fecal matter is what? Through anus is ejection, and another thing was there, that was ingestion. So ingestion, which is known as what? There is one term is ingestion, another term is ejection. So ingestion is in means taking in of food through mouth is ingestion, and ejection means means out, means taking out of waste material through anus is ejection. So you have to remember these two, ingestion and ejection. Ingestion, taking in of food through mouth, is ingestion, and ejection, taking out of waste material or fecal matter through anus, is called ejection. Next, dehydration. That one is the end of digestive system and digestion in human. So digestion is human and other animals are like same. Next we'll go to dehydration. One dehydration term is there in a book. So dehydration, you are knowing, D means less or remove, hydration means water. So when water is less in your body, that process is known as dehydration, or that condition is known as dehydration. So when sometime you may experience need to pass watery stool, the fecal matter is known as stool. So commonly we tell stool. So when sometimes watery stool are coming out frequently, that one in Odia you used to tell patala jhada. Okay, so that condition is known as diarrhea. When you are passing watery stool, that condition is known as diarrhea. Always it is coming, so it is caused by infection, food poisoning, or indigestion. When you have some infection in stomach or food poisoning or indigestion, food is not digested properly, that time you get diarrhea or passing frequently the watery stool. It is very common in India, particularly among children. Under severe condition, it can be fatal. Fatal means it can cause death. Okay, so this is because of excessive loss of water, salts from the body. Diarrhea should not be neglected. So diarrhea is not that it should not be neglected. It should be, so whenever someone is facing diarrhea, so they are advised to go to the doctor. So doctor will consult the patient and they will advise to take plenty of boiled and cool water with pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it. And that boil means that is known as oral rehydration solution or ORS. Now ORS are easily available in every medicine store, so you can mix the ORS powder in the water and you can take in to, so that your whatever water and salts are lost, that can be replenished or that can be replaced. So ORS, if you don't have ORS, you are advised to take plenty of boiled and cooled water with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it. So this is about dehydration. Next we'll go to digestion in grass eating animals. So some grass eating animals you have seen. The grass eating animals are what? Examples of grass eating animals. You have seen cows, buffaloes, donkeys, deers. So we have seen in front of us the cows or buffaloes or oxen. So what they used to do, whenever they are sitting, they used to bite, or they are chewing continuously something, and some foam like things, watery things are coming out from their mouth when they are sitting. They used to eat, but after eating they used to sit for some time and they are by chewing something. So these grass eating animals are also known as ruminants. Why they are called ruminants? Cow, buffaloes and other grass eating animals quickly swallow their grass and store it in a separate part of the stomach called rumen. They have one separate part called rumen, and there, that is the part of stomach, and there they store their eatable things, whatever they have eaten. Like they used to swallow the grass quickly and they store in that. Look at the digestive system of cow. So here mouth is there, quickly eating. Here look, esophagus has gone, and after esophagus one big stomach is there. Stomach has, this one is big stomach, and the one part of stomach is known as rumen. So this rumen, here the food is stored, and after rumen small intestine is there. Between small intestine and large intestine one part is there, that is known as cecum. So here the food is partially digested, not fully digested, partially digested, and is called curd. In stomach or rumen, the food is partially digested and become curd. Later the curd again returns to the mouth when they are sitting or taking rest. That time food again, that partially digested food come to the mouth through the esophagus to the mouth. Then they used to chew it. Slowly they used to chew. Then this chewing process is known as, this process is called rumination, and that's why the animals are called ruminants. So now you understood why these cows are chewing when they are sitting. Means they are chewing means they are whatever partially digested food, they are again chewing and making it fully digested, making the ruminants of last sac-like structure called cecum. This is cecum between small intestine and large intestine, that helps in digestion. So ruminants are all grass eating animals that helps in digestion of their food. Next, the cellulose of the grass is digested here, where? In cecum, and action of certain bacteria which are not present in humans. Humans does not have that bacteria, so that's why human cannot take cellulose. Cellulose is also a part of carbohydrate. It is also one type of carbohydrate, but it cannot be digested by human. It needs one bacteria which is present in the cecum of digestive system of the grass eating animals or ruminants. So many animals, include human, cannot digest cellulose. Okay, cellulose is a complex thing which is present in raw vegetables, raw fruits. That's why we cannot eat raw vegetables and raw fruits. Next we will go to Feeding and digestion in amoeba. Feeding and digestion is amoeba. Amoeba is a single-celled animal which is microscopic. We cannot see in naked eye. So it is single-celled animal and found in pond water. So if you take pond water and take some sample and keep under the microscope, you can see the amoeba. So amoeba has what? Amoeba has cell membrane. Cell membrane is surrounding these are cell membrane which is surrounding the amoeba. Then a rounded dense nucleus inside this one is nucleus, dense nucleus, and many small bubble like vacuoles in cytoplasm. Here these are the bubbles which are what? Vacuoles inside cytoplasm. These places are cytoplasm. Then amoeba constantly changes its shape. It does not have fixed shape. It used to change shape and position. It pushes out one or more finger-like projection. Look, here pushes out one or more finger-like projection. These are finger-like projection, and these projections are known as pseudopodia or false feet. Pseudopodia or false feet. This help in movement and capture of food. The pseudopodia and false feet helps in movement and for capturing food. So amoeba has what? Surrounding cell membrane, inside dense nucleus, and different bubble-like vacuoles, contractile vacuoles, and false feet or pseudopodia. Next we will see how amoeba feeds. So amoeba feeds on some microscopic organisms. Already amoeba is a microscopic animal, so it feeds on microscopic. It eats microscopic organisms. The undigested residue of food is expelled outside by the vacuole. So you see here the nutrition of amoeba is given. So amoeba first senses the food, then extends here pseudopodia and surround the food. Food is surrounded by its pseudopodia. Then it encloses the food in the food vacuole. Food vacuole is what? Food plus water. Food and water is enclosed by the food vacuole. Next, the enzyme. Enzyme from the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm has enzyme. Those enzyme are enzyme from cytoplasm is secreted in the food vacuole. So these enzymes help for digestion. Then soluble materials are absorbed. Helps in digestion means it is breaking down the complex food material into simple food material, and that is absorbed and assimilated. Absorbed means that will be absorbed by cytoplasm, and that is used by the cell, that is assimilated. Next, the undigested food, that undigested waste is expelled. So the ingestion and egestion happen. Ingestion by pseudopodia and undigested food is expelled by the vacuole. This is about the nutrition in amoeba. So till now we have studied digestion in human, then digestion in ruminants, how ruminants are digesting. They have different process according to humans and ruminants have different process of digestion. Then one-celled amoeba, it has also the different process, but simple common thing is there in ingestion and egestion. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. These four processes are included in the nutrition process. So basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is same in all animals. So all animals have this basic process. ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and then egestion. All these processes are same in all animals. They have different digestive system, but their process is same. The process of nutrition is same in all animals. So that's all about nutrition in animals.